Good morning, children. Today we are going to begin chapter number 1, the third level from English Vistas book. Oppressed by the pulls and pressures of modern life, man yearns for an escape from all the tensions and worries. He looks for a level of existence that would yield peace and tranquility. Trying to delve deeper into life, he wonders whether it is possible for him to live on a different plane, and he looks for this ideal world, hoping to come across it someday. It is this utopian world that the author has chosen to call the third level. Third level can also refer to a level of reality that exists in our mind only and not in space and time. It is this faculty of mind that makes virtual travel in time possible and opens innumerable ways to escape defense, mechanization, and rationalization. So, children, in our country, many philosophers have talked about this level, the third level, that is the utopian world. Gandhi called it Ram Rajya. So, here let's see what is given by Jack Finney in this lesson. The underlying idea behind the story, the third level, is the torture of stress, sense of insecurity, and fear that people of modern times have to undergo. This results in tension and worry. Consequently, people become escapist and run away from reality. Such state of affairs did not exist in the good old days of the grandfathers, whose lives were simple and devoid of all complexities. They did not need to run after wild, fanciful, and unrealistic ideas and situations. Another underlining theme is that human mind is so complex that it is not possible to fully explain its urges, instincts, and thoughts scientifically. Before beginning with the story, let us understand a little about the characters of the story. The protagonist is Charlie, the main character. Charlie is a super sensitive and highly imaginative character who indulges in flights of fancy. He is a true representative of the modern man who is a victim of insecurity as well as indecision and wants to escape to run away from reality. However, he is a loving husband who likes to rush back home immediately after office to be with his loving wife Louisa. He is fond of stamp collection, which his friends call a temporary refuge from reality, that is, escape from reality for a little while. He is fascinated with the good old simple days of his grandfather when things were pretty nice and peaceful. He is intrigued by the mystery whether the third level exists or not. Having been there once, he fails to locate it a second time. Even when he and his wife think that they have proof of its existence, they fail to find it despite their best efforts. In sum, Charlie is a true picture of the modern man who is caught in the unwanted pulls and pressures of life and wants to escape. Next important character, children, is Louisa, Charlie's wife. Like most women, she refuses to accept any criticism, even if it happens to be positive and rational. The psychiatrists observation that her husband was unhappy angers her and she challenges it. She takes this comment as a personal attack on wifely care and she feels kind of mad. However, she is simple lady and it is not difficult to take her in. On being told that the modern world is full of insecurity, fear, etc., she feels satisfied with the psychiatrist's explanation, little realizing that he is saying the same thing in different words. She is a loving and caring wife. When Charlie talks to her about his predicament regarding the third level, she gets pretty worried and advises him not to look for the third level anymore. However, she is credulous lady, not given to reason out things on her own. When Charlie tells her about Sam's disappearance, she joins him in looking for the third level every weekend. Another important character in the story is Sam, the psychiatrist friend of Charlie. As a psychiatrist, Sam is perfect in his profession. His diagnosis is precise and terse. He does not believe in mixing up his profession with his friendship. When Charlie consults him, he clearly tells him that he is looking for ways to escape since he is not happy. However, fearing that there might be reaction from Charlie's wife, he is wise enough to quickly revise the statement by saying that, like any modern young man, Charlie is a victim of insecurity. He dubs the narrator's hobby of stamp collecting to be a temporary refuge from reality. Thus, Sam is a well bred professional and does not mince matters where his patients are concerned. He may be a psychiatrist, but he too is affected by the pulls and pressures of the modern life and, in his subconscious mind, seeks an escape route. Thus, in the end of the story, he discovers the third level of the Grand Central and escapes to Galesburg of 1894. So now let's begin with the lesson, children, The Third Level by Jack Finney. The president of the New York Central and the New York, New Haven and Hartford railroads will swear on a stack of timetables that there are only two. But I say there are three because I have been on the third level of the Grand Central Station. In the beginning itself, the narrator Charlie points out, that everybody is going to swear on a load of timetables that there are only two levels of the Grand Central Station. But he says that there are three levels. Now, children, when we go up in a building, we say that we are moving on the floors. First floor, second floor, third floor, and likewise. When we are going down a building, that is levels. First level, second level, third level. So he says, everybody says that there are two. But I say that there are three levels of the Grand Central Station because he says that he has personally visited that level. Yes, I have taken the obvious step. If you are going to share your this curious experience and strange experience with your friend, what your friend would say? That meet a psychiatrist, you are mad. So here he says that the obvious step is in this kind of condition to meet a psychiatrist. So I talked to a psychiatrist friend of mine, among others. I told him about third level at Grand Central Station and he said it was a waking dream wish fulfillment. Means he had a dream to visit this kind of place and by visiting third level he has accomplished the dream that he was witnessing while waking. Some dreams, children, are witnessed at the time of night when we are sleeping. Those are the untrue dreams. They might or they might not get accomplished or fulfilled. But when we see a dream, when we witness a dream while we are waking, we just want to fulfill that. He said, I was unhappy. That made my wife kind of mad. Why, children? Because usually in this kind of cases, the wife cannot tolerate that she is made the cause of unhappiness of her husband. Louisa and Charlie were leading a happy married life. And when the psychiatrist's observation about Charlie being an unhappy man was there in front of everyone, so she got angry. But her anger subsided. See what is written next? But he explained that he meant the modern world is full of insecurity, fear, war, worry, and all the rest of it, and that I just want to escape. Now, children, especially in this COVID 19 period, you must have seen that people are suffering of insecurities, wars, tension of job, or some many kind of tensions are there in mind of people. So, this kind of life he is talking about here, that the world is full of insecurities, fear, war, worry, and tension, and people want to escape. Well, who doesn't? Everyone. Everyone I know wants to escape, but they don't wander down into any third level at the Grand Central Station. To this, Charlie's reply was that yes, everybody wants to escape, but they don't give example of going to the third level or visiting the third level. But they don't wander down any third level at Grand Central Station. Children, you have to underline just under the picture, it was a waking dream wish fulfillment. But that's the reason, he said. And my friends all agreed. Everything points to it, they claimed. My stamp collecting, for example, that's a temporary refuge from reality. So his friends says that his stamp collection hobby is also showing that he wants to escape from reality. Well, maybe, but my grandfather didn't need any refuge from reality. Things were pretty nice and peaceful in his times. So, to this, Charlie replies that when his grandfather used to live in this world, there was no tension, no problem. He was a tension free man. But still, he pursued the hobby of stamp collection. So, what is the explanation of his friends now? So, because Charlie said that he took up the hobby only to make his leisure hours and leisure hours more productive and a fulfilling experience. So, it was not so that he wants to, this shows, the stamp collection hobby shows that he wanted to escape. It was only and only, as I said, that to make his leisure hours more productive and a fulfilling experience. From all I hear, and he started my collection. So Charlie says that his collection was begun by his grandfather. It's a nice collection too, blocks of four of practically every US issue, first day covers, and so on. First day cover is important, children, and we are going to discuss in the next part this thing. President Roosevelt collected stamps too, you know. So Charlie wants to say that no problem can be in life of president, but still he also used to collect the stamps. So what is the explanation of his friend regarding that? Anyway, here's what happened at Grand Central. One night last summer, I worked late at the office. I was in a hurry to get uptown to my apartment. So I decided to take the subway from Grand Central because it's faster than the bus. So as we have done before, that Charlie and Louisa, they were happily married. And after the hectic fatigue work at the office, he just wanted to reach his wife home, and so he took a shortcut. He says that whenever he is in a hurry or he wants to reach home early, he takes the subway, and he says that Going via subway is faster in comparison to bus because bus takes a round and then makes him reach home. Now I don't know why this should have happened with to me. I'm just an ordinary guy named Charlie, 31 years old, and I was wearing a tan gabardine suit. Children, gabardine suit is a closely woven fabric. So he tells you about the dress that he was wearing to make you confident, to make you accept that he remembers each and everything about that day. So whatever he is narrating, that is not at all imaginary. It is all true, and he remembers each and everything about that day. And a straw hat with a fancy band. I passed a dozen men who looked just like me, and I wasn't trying to escape from anything. I just wanted to get home to Louisa, my wife. Till here, children, we are going to do today, and in the next session, we are going to do from I turn.